Hello there. We're going to get this wrapped up here for Torodor Nightmare Void Rift with our epics, and finally be free from this slightly masochistic exercise I imposed upon myself. Deimos to deal with the very bottom lane, Gluttony to deal with the middle lane, Lily to heal both of them. There we go. And Lunaria up here to deal with the top and middle lane. Well, the two top lanes, basically. Or we're going to drop a Wrath here. We are going to drop an Isolde here to tempo the axes once they do finally show up. There they are. Drop a Rourke behind Isolde to do some additional damage on our friends the axes. And hold Isolde's ultimate for when the axes show up. Use Rourke's ultimate, use Isolde's ultimate. It's not done yet at the top there. We immediately recall Wrath. That's one Axeman down. We're nice and peachy here. You may somewhat struggle on this. If you try to do it exactly like this, you may need to find a way to organize your damage in a way that makes sense. If you have Elowen, this kind of trivializes the whole thing, but possibly just putting better gear on Isolde or using a different tank will do the trick for you. Here we want to wait until his back left foot starts lifting up here, right there. So he's still technically, he's considered on the next cell, basically, but he can still be hit from by Lunaria and by the Wrath that we're going to place on the very back tile here. There we go, Wrath, fast forward, and just let the damage run its course. I forgot to do this. It should work out. Here we can recall Wrath. We can recall Lunaria. I don't believe we need any of those two. We wait until he does his full cast of the Mighty Smash. And right as he gets towards the end here, right about now, he pulverizes Olag, and we drop Isolde to block him in his tracks. He will turn around and start beating on us, but that's okay. We're going to place a Rourke here. We're going to use Isolde's ultimate to tank this hit that's coming in. We're going to use a Rourke ultimate. And we're going to hope we have just enough time to place, there we go, our Lily. Perfect. And now he can wail and complain and do his thing as much as he wants. It will not matter. We can even place a Wrath behind him here and start really going to town on him. He will try to get rid of everyone. That's fine. That's why we have Lily there. And Wrath is dead, but that's okay. Do a Rourke ult. And Just a little bit more. Cheesy. Cheesy like we like it. And there we go. It is slightly tricky to get done. You do need a certain amount of damage to actually get this to work, and I realize I've forgotten the audio. Too bad. But yeah, so we're gonna just very quickly go over the builds we're using here. Deimos is using some good Infernal Roar. Wrath is using some good Infernal Roar. If we go down a bit, Rourke is using just a hodgepodge mix of HP damage gear. We're not even using Yona here. We're not using Atrox. We're using Gluttony, same hodgepodge mix of HP somewhat damage gear. Olag is running a Bastion ring that's maxed, and some Guardian Isolde is running some Tempered Will with a +1 Bastion. So honestly, if you have a better Bastion, then this is not really necessary. I just kind of used it because I have, 3 tanks that need to be run on this. And Baron was also running a mediocre Bastion ring. Lunaria was running a Spirit Siphon that is maxed and some really good Soulbound Arcana. And that's really it. I will spare you the suffering of having to watch this garbage. But, actually, we'll see if maybe for once I finally get... maybe I finally get my Hex exclusive. Okay, this is terrible gear. We're just going to immediately sell that. Splendid. Okay. Hero. Artifact. Forge. Come on. Frigid Flame, that's going to be sold. Astral Obelisk, that's going to be sold. Awesome. Another week with no exclusives. Alright, anywho, that was Nightmare of Void Rift with Epics. Cheers and have a nice one.